Hi, and welcome to episode 2 of my series about the Pyara region, a fakemon region inspired by Pakistan. So, you got your starter Pokemon from Professor Deodar, and you're setting out on your journey across the Pyara region. What are the first few Pokemon you'll encounter? Well, here are some of the early game staples for this region. We'll start, as regions often do, with the early bug type. For my previous fakemon region, Ormade, I thought I'd make something cute that evolves into something cool and majestic, so I designed Nava, which evolves into the mighty Excalibur. With Pyara, I thought I'd go in completely the opposite direction and make some nasty little freaks. So here we have Bozobub. Can you believe we've got more than 1,000 Pokemon, but not a single classic scuzzy fly? Well, I knew I couldn't neglect the Dipterans in the Pyara region. God knows I've had to deal with my fair share of flies when I've been over to Pakistan. Bozobub is a straightforward bug flying type, but the Beelzebub reference in its name will make more sense when it evolves into Buzzlebus. That's right, it evolves into a literal Lord of the Flies. Buzzlebus loses the flying type when it evolves, gaining the dark type, because it doesn't fly under its own power anymore. In fact, it doesn't do anything under its own power, instead using its Bozobub lackeys to carry out its bidding. To reflect this, it gains a new ability, Get 'em Guys, which functions like parental bond. Next up, the regional bird. I did a more straightforward regional bird for Ormade, the Squababy line, with the final evolution Seraphet being based on the Lahore dove. Since that's a Pakistani breed of pigeon, you'd also find the Squababy line in Pyara, but debuting in this generation we have Biryani. Yes, hold your applause and adulations, I am the funniest and sexiest person alive. This normal flying Pokemon is, of course, based on chicks and biryani rice. Biryani is a dish with plenty of seasoning and spices, and similarly, biryani has a diet that consists of spicy herbs and seeds, making it unappealing to its natural predators. People in the Pyara region get a lot of use out of its evolution. Tandrooster. Biryani becomes a fire flying type when it evolves, and the spices that make up its diet have started growing on its body. People raise Tandrooster to cultivate the spices that grow on their bodies, as well as pre-seasoned eggs. Its design borrows from the rooster Barcelos, which is both a famous roasted rooster and the logo of that cheekiest of chicken chains, Nando's. Some of Pyara's hottest dishes are made with the herbs collected from Tandrooster, but things can get even hotter when it evolves into Currytrees. Based on the mythical Cockatrice, which is said to have the ability to kill with a stare, Currytree's body is so saturated with spices that just looking at it can make your eyes water. Next up is the staple normal type. And you'll notice I didn't say normal type rodent or normal type mammal. That's because the Pyara region's early game normal type isn't a mammal. Introducing Gecko. Geckos are a common sight in Pakistan, climbing around inside people's houses like they own the place. I thought I'd make the staple normal type a reptile, so as not to overlap conceptually with another Pokemon you'll see very soon, and because geckos are cool. Gecko is very skittish, running away at the slightest sign of danger, but it does a complete 180 when it evolves into Gexcalibur. If I had a penny for every time I designed a Fakemon by changing one letter in the word Excalibur, I'd have 2 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Gexcalibur goes from flight to fight when it evolves, becoming a normal fighting type, and detaching its tail from its body to wield as a weapon. This is a reference to how many animals, including geckos, can detach part of their bodies to distract or disorient predators, and allow escape in a process called autotomy. Wrapping up the mons in this episode is something that's become a bit of a staple since about Gen 7, the early game Buppy Dog. Introducing Barova. This muddy mutt loves digging holes, true to its name. This can make it something of a difficult companion, but its friendly demeanour and intelligence make it a popular partner for trainers starting out on their journeys. It's also our Pokemon Professor Deodar's partner of choice. Barova evolves into Dhole. This guy is based on the Dhole, a species of canid that lives across Asia, though their numbers are sadly dwindling due to habitat loss. Like its pre-evolved form, Dhole is a real hole digger, using its powerful front claws to create elaborate dens. Its digging also causes thick layers of dirt to build up around its forelimbs, enhancing its digging power and its ground type moves. So those were the early game Pokemon of the Pyara region. The question of the episode this time is, do you actually use early game mons throughout your game? How often does a Route 1 mon end up on your final team? Let me know if you'd add any of the Pokemon featured in this video to your Pyara region team too. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.
Bomb!
Its design borrowed from the rooster of Barcelos, which is both a famous roosted roaster. Did I just say roosted roaster? Jesus.